Dixie Vlog 271. It is Friday the 13th of September, and I'm on my way to work. If this Friday is anything like last Friday, I'm going to be stinking busy. And this week has been quite promising, albeit tiring. I came to work on Monday, and it was fairly steady for a Monday. I did well, and I didn't have to try very hard. Every 15 or 20 minutes I got a call, except in the morning hours, naturally. The morning hours slow down a little bit. So, I worked tonight, and I was pleased with how it went. I had some overs, but that was okay. Tuesday, came to work, and I was not in a hurry to come to work. You know how you got those days where you really don't feel like going? Well, I didn't feel like going, but I got to work around 7. And you know, I must have had that feeling for a reason, because the first hour I didn't get a call. And I think I'd been out 2.5 hours before my second call happened. It took me until 11 o'clock, 4 hours into my shift, to get my third call. Then after that one, it was one right after another, till just after 1 o'clock. Non-stop, one after another. Bang, 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 bang. No matter where I ended up, I connected. I had another call. Can't explain that. But it was good, because that got me my lease and fuel on. And between 1 o'clock and 3, I had maybe a couple more. And I had another one at about 4. Maybe it was 3:30, I don't know. 3:30. 20 minutes after 4, I woke up from a little nap. And, got a call. As soon as I cleared from that one, I got another call right away. And as soon as I cleared from that one, I was at the other end of town. It was 10 minutes to 5, and another one came up. And I thought, can I chance one last call? I said, well, since it's been such a hard night, and since nothing happened at the beginning, yeah, I'll take one more. 5 o'clock time call to the airport. So I like this song. So when we got there and I found out that I was going to the airport, right away I left a text message for day shift and said going to airport. So I took the guy, and he had to pick up a friend on the way, so it took a little longer. And I got them both out to the airport. It was 5:30 when I cleared. I came back into town, and at 5 minutes to 6, I'd come in, I'd fueled, I parked it. There was day shift guy leaning against the car. I go to give him the key, and the first thing he says is, "This is bullshit, Andy!" Leaving me a message 2 minutes before my shift begins. I'm already on my work. What do you want me to do? Well, I'm thinking in this business, you know, if you're late an hour, I don't fucking care. It's okay with me. I'll make my money anyway because I got 12 hours to be out there anyhow. I'm not missing out on anything. If you're lucky, ride that luck, because when it comes at you, you might as well take it, because in this business, sometimes luck falls upon you few and far between. So you might as well just seize it when it's there. Well, that's what I did. It's $66 fare. It was good, but then I got yelled at. And then I felt like shit all morning, and I felt like shit while sleeping, and felt like shit again when I woke up the next afternoon. And I'm sure he felt like shit all day too. He could have just said, meh, whatever. But no, he decided to take it farther. And lean against his car and think up everything he was going to say to me, and work it through his mind, and chew it over, and think it over, and rehearse it. And finally, when he saw me, this is bullshit, Andy. Well, I came to work on Wednesday, and Wednesday was steady. I had one after another, more or less, with little breaks in between. I'm trying to remember if I had any customers that are memorable enough to talk about. I don't know. My night I worked. I did well. I had Interac overs. I put some money in the bank. Every day this week I've been putting money in the bank. I gotta save up to pay an income tax installment. I know the income tax installment can be paid anywhere between now and the end of December, but I just want to get it over with so that I can start saving money for next year's vacation. As you know, this time of year is our busier time, so might as well make it while you can, because if I don't make it now, I might have to dip into my retirement fund next year to go on vacation. I don't want to have to do that. I mean, I could. It's not a big deal, but I'd like to save that money now. I also got to save some money to insure my car again. Try not to live hand to mouth so much like I did the first time half of the year. And I'm hoping that after 5 years now, all this recession bullshit is over with, and we can get back to business as usual. But the Wednesday night was good. And then last night, I came out, it was Thursday night. I like this song too. Don't you hate that? So, yeah, I just worked it last night, and I finished reading, I finished reading that book I've been on for about a month. I read a thin one called Undersea Quest by Jack Williamson, who was the first Grand Master of science fiction, and Frederick Pohl, another favorite of mine. They collaborated back in the 50s to do this Undersea series, and yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Now, what am I reading? I don't know. Oh yeah, this is another one I picked up from the used bookstore. When I was bankrupt, I couldn't afford new books, so I bought some old ones. This one is The Reign of Wizardry, again, Jack Williamson. It's about Crete and the Minotaur and Knossos and, you know, stuff like that. It touches on mythology and wizardry, obviously. So I'm giving that a start. The night went pretty smooth. It slowed down around 3:30. I had another one around 3:30 or so. 4 o'clock came and went. At about 4:45, I got a call to a convenience store. And it was an old guy, and he went out to the Western Communities for $35, which was just the bonus that I needed. Put a little more money in the bank. And we had quite an interesting conversation about different places in Canada, and I gave him my standard answer, which is, you know, there are things you like about certain places and things you dislike about the same places. And then you change places and it's just different things that you like and dislike. Well, how do you like it here? I said, well, like I said, there's some things I like and some things I dislike. I told him that it took 10 years till I felt like I was kind of at home here. And still, after more than 20 years of being here, there's some things that strike me as just totally weird that make no sense at all. But yes, this is Victoria La La Land, where reality doesn't bite so much. It's like a little fantasy. You could put mouse ears on it. So I had that trip at the end, and then I went back to my parking lot to finish the book I was reading, The Undersea Quest. And then I took it in, on my way slowly, fueled up, parked it. Then I was just finishing my paperwork, and the day shift guy comes by on Friday morning. I said, so now you're working Fridays? He says, well, I'm making up for last Tuesday that I missed because the car was in the shop. Oh, okay. All right. Whatever. Hey, hope I didn't come too late. Hope I didn't come back too late. He says, well, that's an arrangement that you made with the owner, so nothing I can do about that. Whatever. I should just let it be. I'm not worried about it. It doesn't really impact me. But you know, you work all night. Then you get yelled at after you work hard all night. Not right. Not right at all. I would never do that to someone else. Even if he is an hour late, I wouldn't do that. It's not worth getting upset over. Well, I'm about halfway, maybe a little more on my way to work. I've had a good week so far. By now it's Friday. I'm starting to feel tired, and maybe I'm feeling a little more tired and sluggish than I usually do. The shortening days and lengthening nights are triggering my body to go into hibernation, and I can feel the least little glimmerings now, the middle of September, of depression beginning to settle in. I just feel slow and sluggish. I don't feel energetic. I don't feel like doing my exercises. And I think I saw it somewhere on a YouTube video that somebody is thinking the winter is coming early this year and it might be a hard one. I don't know what to say about that. I just know that I'm feeling sluggish today. I don't think it's a fear of the number 13. I just feel sluggish. You know what? I'll get back to you in the morning after today, and I'll tell you how it went. Okay, I've had enough. We're at the other end of town right now, and it's 5 minutes after 6 in the morning, and I'm really tired. See, the way the night went, there was a big music festival on in town, and they had like several different venues. One of them was a baseball park where they had a stage set up, and they had a music festival. There was some big name acts there. The one name that was floating around more than anyone else's was Courtney Love, whoever that is. I have no idea. I've been driving cab at night for the last 20 years. How am I supposed to know who that is? So, because of this festival, there were more fares than usual, but at the same time the fares were shorter than usual. It's a foggy morning right now. So I was busy with a lot of short fares, and you know, before midnight I didn't feel like I was making a lot of progress, that I was making a lot of money. It just felt like I was just spinning my wheels picking up these people to take them nowhere. At one point I was coming up a back street near one of the venues where there was the festival, and these 4 policemen waved me down, and they put one guy in my back seat. And so the first thing he said was retards. I said, yeah, you know, police, whatever. And I say, so where do you want to go? And he took a moment to figure out. He says, turn right. After we drive a block and a half, he said, let me out here. He gave me $10 and left. So I turned the corner, and I got near a nightclub called Rehab. It's sort of a seedy little nightclub, and there was a girl there. She put her hand out for me to stop. I stopped, and she got in, and she said, take me to the City Center Hotel, which was basically 2 blocks from there. And I felt like asking her, are you kidding me? But apparently she was not kidding me. Well, we were quite busy, and then at one point I was sent to the Fox, and I picked up these 3 people, and they were looking for a friend of theirs who was out on a highway. So we had to go find her, and when we got there, the guy in the front gives me a $20 bill, gets out and says, call me another cab. So I ended up taking these 2 people out to Brentwood Bay, and I cleared there at 2:20. I think my next call was at 3:40. So I got a chance to read a little bit, and I got a chance to fall asleep a little bit. And now, the last couple hours, I had a few fares trickling in. I just dropped off the last of them. Had a chance to talk to my mother on the phone for about half an hour, just before this last call. And I'm going to go up this street here. Yep. So, yeah, I talked to my mother for a bit, reminiscing about old times. And so now I'm gonna go home have something to eat. No, I don't want to do anymore. Forget it. I should just pack it in. I've had enough. I've been out here 12 hours after all. I don't want to work anymore. Fuck off. Okay. There. That's it. I'm signed off. You're not going to trouble me anymore with calls. I just want to fuel up and park this thing. That's just what I want to do. And you know, I mentioned earlier about the days getting shorter and it's getting longer. I think the equinox is next week. Today's the 14th. Yeah, equinox is exactly 7 days from now. The autumnal equinox, the fall equinox. The day in fall where the night and the day are the same length. And so yeah, it's really, you know, last week at this time there was blue sky already and there was daylight, and now this week it's not quite daylight yet. It's foggy up there and it's kind of dark right here. Maybe by the time I get through with this vlog, the skies will be looking bluer. But it's just like low clouds right now. That's what we got, is low clouds. What other peculiarities did we have tonight? Oh, you know, there were several. There were quite a few. There was one girl. I took her home. She had been, I guess, at a friend's place. She said, "I'm drunk and tired." And I said, "Yes, I know how you feel. I'm tired too. I've been out here all night." And she says, "You know, it's like everything's stacked against me. I'm trying to do good at my job. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do that. My cat got mangled," she said, "and a whole bunch of other things." She said, "You know, if there's karma, I must have been a real asshole in a former life." And she says, "You know, I'm 34 years old, and I should be married, and I should have a career, and I should do this, and I should that." And I said to her right there, I interrupted her, I said, "There are no shoulds. Everyone is different. Everyone is unique. We go through life at our own pace. Just because somebody else is married at 34 doesn't mean you have to be." And I told her we're just in this life to experience things. We're just here to have good times and bad times and easy times and hard times and experience as much as we can. And I told her it took me 49 years to figure this out, but I think I got it down now. And she said, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, you should be a psychologist. You should be a therapist." And I said, "No, I just see things the way I see them, and I just tell you. I don't need any qualifications just to observe the world." And I told her, "You know, I've been through a lot of shit too. Just like you seem to be going through it now, but you know, there will be a time when it won't be quite so hard." And she was all thankful and happy that I sort of gave her a new perspective. And I think I said something like that last week, or was it the week before, about my philosophy of life. Had some other people in my car. It was a bizarre little scene where I picked up this man and this woman, and he said, or they both said basically, that he has crazy lady problems. meaning that there's some crazy lady in his apartment and he had to get out of there and go to his ex-girlfriend, who was the girl who was with him, for help to get this crazy lady out of his apartment or something. And they were talking about how there are a lot of crazy, real whack jobs living in Victoria. And I said, yes, Victoria is an island, or Victoria is on an island. And on this island, people think because they're on an island, they can get away with doing goofy things that wouldn't work anywhere else in the world. And she says, yeah, there's a lot of whack jobs here. And I said, I have a theory, and I'm going to share it with you. It explains Victoria people. And first of all, I said, you're not from here, are you? She said, no, I'm not. And he said, no, I'm not either. I said, good. It's fair game then. I can tell you my theory. Well, back in the mid-1800s, this province of British Columbia was a British colony. And they didn't want the Americans coming north, so they started Fort Victoria, so the Americans wouldn't come north. But in order to man the post, so to speak, the British needed people here. Now, the Australians got all the convicts. And Victoria got the troublemakers and damn fools. And the people who are running Victoria now, and probably the whole rest of the province, are the descendants of those useless people. Or should we say, troublemakers and just, you know, village idiots. Especially the noblemen, you know, upper class twit of the year kind of people. And if you read some of the historical accounts of the first settlers on Vancouver Island, you will understand just what I mean. If you're familiar with the Hitchhiker Guide to the Galaxy, we're talking about the B-ship Golgafrenchans. You know, telephone sanitizers and people like that. Yes, when I play in traffic, I like to think of my little theory, and it makes me feel better every time. I hope yours is better than mine, because I'm just a block away from the gas station.